Hey, YouTube, how's it going? Michelle here. Another wonderful week at the Loony Bin. We interviewed our headliner, Gabriel Rutledge. It's going to be a great show, great interview. Check it out. As always, if you like us, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.
Gabriel Rutledge, 16 years since my first open mic. Well, I was in bands. I was a drummer in bands for like pretty much all of my 20s, which means I like delivered pizza, and which is why I can tell you, pizza delivery is not at all like it's portrayed in the adult film industry. In case you were wondering, that never happened. But so I tried comedy when I was like almost 27, just because the band wasn't really doing anything at the time, and you know, compared to being in a band, comedy is actually like somewhat reasonable. Like, it's a bad idea for almost everyone, but if you're a musician, you're like, oh, there's only one person getting the money, they give me a hotel room, I'm in show business, you know. So, but of course, I didn't think it would be my job then, you know, when I first did it. It was like a do it once, like bungee jumping. I just want to try it once, you know. Drums. Yeah.
So Dave Grohl wasn't a far off reference then.
I mean, once a week someone tells me I look like Dave Grohl, which is funny. But like, this is what I should have looked like when I was 24. I just waited until I was 40.
What did you look like when you were 24?
Well, when early 20s, I had like, you know, like a blue half mohawk kind of thing. Not up, but like over, you know, a lot of shaved heads. And then when I first started comedy, I had bleached blonde hair. My first headshot looks like Flock of Seagulls. It's pretty bad, actually. But everyone who has long hair and a beard, it gets called Jesus at some point, and then your body size goes into it at some point too. But it's like people with red hair. I think everyone's just like, oh, you're like, there's like hey, Carrot Top. They don't look anything like Carrot Top, but it's like, but yeah, I definitely have been called Chubby Jesus a couple of times, which is a little hurtful. It's fine, I don't care.
Well, can you demonstrate, how long did it take you to get the hair flipped down? That was pretty impressive.
What?
Yeah, that's so good. Is that a natural, like, long hair guy thing? Or like?
Well, that's the problem with long hair, is you have to, it's a lot of fidgeting. There's a lot of like, oh, I got to get this out of there, I was in the wind, now it's all knotted up. It's quite the pain in the ass. And the funny thing is, like, sometimes guys will be like, do you ever like the ladies like long hair? And I'm like, no, it's mostly dudes asking me if the ladies like, you know. It's like the only question I ever get asked from women, like, what kind of shampoo do you use?
That's awesome.
And then I say Pert Plus, and they're like, really? And then they leave. So. I don't think about it too much, other than like trying to keep the filter open as I go through life. Hey, maybe that's something to talk about on stage. That's a funny thing that happened with my kids. I'll talk about that kind of stuff. And then I don't like write that much. I just have kind of the idea, and then I go on stage and kind of work it out. Yeah, I did. I did write a book. It's called Happiness Isn't Funny: True Stories of a Road Comic. And it's basically a year-long journal that I kept different places. I think Wichita's even in there.
Yeah, I saw it. Wichita's in here.
And it's mostly funny. It got like way more personal and revealing than I thought it would, which is good. I mean, people really enjoy that part of it, but it's also a little cringy every once in a while to like, oh, maybe I should. And so it feels like a very selfish pursuit in the beginning. And you're like, oh, I like this attention. It makes me feel good. People, you know. And then, you know, I'm 16 years in. I still like the attention. But it wasn't until I was at least 10 years into comedy that I actually realized, like, you know what? It's actually kind of a cool thing to, like, give people a good time. Like, to give people laughter, actually... I'm not saying it's a firefighter, but like that's not a bad cosmic footprint. That's not a bad like thing to do for the world. Sometimes I have to do clean shows, and I can do it. I can't do all my material, but I have enough clean stuff that I can do it. But I was raised like a really conservative church kid. And so,
I was wondering, not many people know Leviticus and having sex with a goat. Unless you're gay and you've been told,
yeah,
you know,
exactly. And then if you're gay, you know that verse because you're like, that's really?
Yeah.
Really?
I think it's a big leap from being gay to bestiality.
I mean, in my experience of
Right.
the people I've known.
Right, yeah.
Part of me loves, like, talking about stuff that you wouldn't talk about in polite company. But it's also, I definitely also am happy I'm in the middle. I can do either way, but it's a lot of head.
It's a lot. I see what you did there.
Don't pull that audio out.
No, I won't. Unless I can work it in some way. Which is also what she said, since we're on deep jokes. Deep jokes. So
GabrielRutledge.com.
And are you on Facebook, Instagram?
Yeah,
all
Facebook,
that?
Instagram, Twitter. That's it, though. I'm 43.
No
Snapchat.
Yeah,
no
me either.
Snapchat.
No Snapchat.
Write a book. I wrote a book. I heard you say you're going to be 34. That's the only reason I said that.
Yeah.
You're like, what a dick this guy is.
No. Get you
That's
talking.
a big one.
I
That's
know,
a big
sorry,
one.
I didn't prepare you.
We're all on stage going, me, just everything meal. But it's like, I don't want to be like, my fucking wife, you know.